Alright guys, welcome back to another Burgundy only video. And Samsung came out with their Galaxy AI event talking about the Samsung Galaxy S24 and a lot of AI features. But I know the event was called Galaxy AI, but I was expecting a lot more Samsung S24 at the event, and it does look like this was not really a Samsung S24 event, more so of a AI event. But yeah, I was actually expecting a little bit more of the phones, but it was really just about the AI features that comes with the phones. So they started off the event straight off by saying that the new Samsung S24 lineup will get 7 years of software updates.
You will be able to use Galaxy devices safely and reliably because we plan to support 7 years of security updates and 7 generations of OS upgrade starting with Galaxy S24 series.
So that's a lot, and that's as big of an announcement as Google doing the 6 years of software update. If I'm not mistaken, it's 6 or 7 years, but I'll put it on the screen if it's 6 or 7. But I know that Google did the same thing with their Pixel phones and the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. But Samsung doing 7 years is actually pretty amazing. That's actually better than what Apple does with their phones. So I'm not sure if the AI features with the processor actually enables these long-term updates, but it does look like a lot of the features will be done off of device for the later years of the phone. So that's how Google, I think, will actually manage to keep that 7 years of software updates. But Samsung did talk a lot about their AI features being done on device, but I don't know how they can actually manage to accelerate AI and be able to actually keep it up. I know that the Samsung S24 series is equipped with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, so maybe that's good enough for it to last 7 years of having great AI features being built in and being updated every year, but we'll have to see with that. But that's the first thing that they announced, 7 years of software updates, and that's actually a whole video on its own. Android is actually beating Apple at the long-term software updates. We still haven't seen them actually go through with it. They just announced it, so we do have to wait at least another 7 years for us to actually see the updates being way better than what they currently are. Because usually Android phones would get software updates for 2 to 3 years max, and after that it's just security updates. But this looks like it's going to be feature updates for a whole 7 years. So if you're buying an S24 Ultra, then you might actually not need to buy a new phone for another 7 years. So that's actually very, very cool, and just the software updates alone actually makes this whole announcement very, very interesting. So with the new Galaxy AI features, Samsung did announce that the Samsung S24 series can now translate live phone calls off of the phone directly. So if you're on the phone with someone that speaks a different language, they'll be talking in their language, and the phone, you will still hear them talking, but the phone will automatically translate it through text and through voice. So you'll hear a robot saying what they're saying in English if you speak English, and they'll be speaking natively. And on their end, they'll hear what you're saying in their own language. So that's actually very, very nice, especially if you are someone that travels a lot, that talks a lot on the phone with people, different people from different countries, especially people that have businesses that deal with people from different countries. This might actually be very, very interesting. So the live translations on the phone is something that I would actually love to have and test out. So that's actually very cool, and I hope it works as well as they showed it on the Samsung Galaxy AI event. If it doesn't work as well, it's still a big leap forward, because doing it on live phone calls, there's a lot of things that can actually make the translation not work very well. If there's background noise, if the volume of the phone is not good, depending on what mic they might use when they're using the call, there's a lot that can go wrong in a phone call, especially translating it live. So hopefully we can test it out and see how well it actually works, because that's actually one of the features that actually took me by surprise. It's not just a generic translation feature, it's really a live phone call feature, and it works on both ends of the call. So that's very, very impressive. So not only does it do live translations on the phone, it can also do live translations through text. I mean, this is cool. Other features, other apps can do this, so it's not something revolutionary, but it is cool to have it directly on your text messaging app. So if you're texting someone in a different language, it will automatically change the language for you, and whatever they're texting you in their language, it will text it for you. So if I'm speaking with someone that speaks a different language, I can text the way I want to text and they'll be able to translate it for that other person on the other side. I would love to know how it would handle text messages that are not formal. So for example, if I'm going to see TTYL to tell you talk to you later, how will it translate in the other language? Some little things like that I would love to know. Or like LOL, will it translate LOL? Would it explain it? I don't know exactly how that's gonna work, but the fact that you can just text in your own native language and it will translate automatically through text messages for the other person on the other side is very, very cool. So Samsung and Google partner up for a new feature that's going to be on Android. So it's going to be on all Android phones apparently, and that's called Circle to Search. So whatever you have on your screen, you can just hold on the home button, and then from there you can circle whatever you want to search on that screenshot or on that image, and you can actually get search results off of whatever you circled. That's something that you can probably a lot of people would do off the fly. So if you see something, let's say you're scrolling on TikTok, see someone using a device, maybe have certain accessories that they're using for their car, for a phone or something, you can just hold on the home button, circle whatever you're looking at, and it will give you search results. You can buy stuff straight off of the search results, and you can look where people can buy it. So it is very, very cool to have that feature straight on Android phones. And it does look like this will be across all Android phones, so it's not Samsung focused, and it is a Google feature, I would say. So it is weird that Google didn't announce this for their own phones. So the Pixel phone would actually benefit from having this feature exclusive for a while, but it does look like Samsung is going to be the first to have this, and it's going to come out to all Android phones. So I wonder how well it would actually work. To me, it looks like the Pixel and the Samsung S24 series, while the Pixel 8 to be specific, are focused about AI and AI features. So it does look like the processors that are equipped with these phones are done specifically very well to handle a lot of AI tasks very efficiently. It does look like these two phones might handle these new AI features the best, but they're not exclusive to those two phones. It's going to be an Android feature. So if you have a latest Android and you are running the latest Android software, I think there will be a software update to allow this feature to be across all Androids. I'm not too sure how the rollout will be, but they did specify that it is an Android feature and not exclusive to the S24 series. So with all this talk about Android being new face of AI, there's one thing that is common with these two events, the Galaxy event and the Pixel event, is that they don't really talk much about the hardware. So the new Galaxy AI event didn't really talk much about the hardware of the phones. I mean, the hardware is as capable as the S23 Ultra. It is very, very nice. If you talk about design, it looks a lot like the iPhone now, has titanium. It does have flat edges just like the iPhone does. It does have like a mute colors again, and also has that matte finish on the back. So there is a lot of similarities with the S24 Ultra and the S24 series in general, and the new iPhone 15 series of last year. So the design is a copy a little bit of iPhone, but phones in general are looking more and more the same. I would give it to Pixel being one of the phones that look completely different than the competition, and also OnePlus looking a lot different than the competition. But the S24 series is looking a lot like the iPhone 15 series. So from what I'm understanding is that all of these AI features do require a processor that is efficient for AI capabilities, but most of the heavy lifting I think is done through the cloud or the internet. So that's probably why that when you're trying to edit some things on the Pixel or the Samsung Galaxy S24 through the AI features, you do have that little bit of a delay until the actual features are actually changed, they're actually done. So it looks like the Samsung S24 series is all in on AI, same way that the Google Pixel 8 series is all in on AI as well. So it's going to be a battle of the AI. It looks like Google and Samsung are working together on a lot of these features. So yeah, that's about it. The S24 series is here. Let me know what you guys think. There is a lot to test, a lot to try out, a lot to compare. So hopefully I might get my hands on it